There is a senator, a Democratic senator out of the United States, from Virginia. And if you didn't know, Virginia just blocked Pornhub, or sorry, Pornhub just blocked themselves in Virginia because Virginia now has a age verification thing. So basically, how other states have done it, I don't know if this is the exact one, but you have to prove with your driver's license or something your age before you can access, pornography sites. Now that's a little weird. It's a little weird because, you know, you're giving your personal information to a pornography website. But I think the lesson here is unless pornography, if pornography is that important to you, then why would you, it's a little bit of what do you have to hide at a search your car situation. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with anything on the internet being censored. It's a parent's job to know what you're doing. You can put parental settings on your computer, and you should be encouraging your kid to go out and talk to real people if they're sitting in their room alone all the time every day. And I get it, I was a teenager, but there's got to be a solution other than the state censors something from you because it's icky. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's happening in Virginia. And this Virginia senator, I think, conjecture, can't prove it, Your Honor, have no evidence. I think she posted this by accident. She posted on Twitter as anyone else's Pornhub not working. Why do I think this was an accident? One, because Democrats are weird. They're super into weird sexual things. And I can imagine someone wanting to send this to their group chat, being an old woman, and not knowing what they're doing precisely and not realizing that they posted it on Twitter. Ted Cruz did this once. Ted Cruz didn't realize that you could like things on Twitter and they would show up to other people, or that, other people could see what you like, or maybe he was in a different profile and he thought he was in a burner profile, an anonymous one. I'll show that in a minute. But this Senator Louise Lewis says anyone else's Pornhub not working. Now look at the time she posted this the other day, 3:04 p.m. Now, if this was her trying to teach you a lesson or give some broader point of context, I feel like she would have responded within the next 2, 4, 5, 10 minutes. Usually a politician would have something prepared if they're going to follow up with a series of tweets. But how long do you actually think it was? Was it 10 minutes? Was it 20 minutes? It was actually 40 minutes. So we went from 3:04 to 3:41. So 37 minutes went by, and she finally says, I told you all I'm not your typical grandma. I mean, the first one got almost 2 million views. The second one got, 1/10 of that, if not even. And she says, I'm not your typical grandma. And then she says, in all seriousness, oh, now we're being serious. We passed a bill during this session to protect children from online porn. However, the executive branch had an obligation to create a system for age verification. Instead, the government sat on his ass. The governor sat on his ass and relied on these websites with porn to do the verification process. So, I mean, she wants the government to do something like I don't want the government to do something. And if it's on these companies to verify that, then I think that's how it should be. I think the places should have to follow the laws, although I don't think this law should be in place. I don't think children should be watching it, obviously, but I don't think this law should be in place. However, this woman taking upwards of 40 minutes to respond to herself, 3:41. I told you all I'm not your typical grandma. I think that makes it pretty obvious. If you had a point here, why did it take 30 minutes to get to your point or 40 minutes to get to your point? Then she gets into, all this other stuff that you thought would be planned out. These are the types of tweets that were planned out afterwards. And after she tweeted it, it would probably be a decision here that they're making. Hey, it doesn't look good if we just delete it right now. People are going to think you're a weird, creepy grandma. Instead, let's put out a series of tweets that we've taken 35 minutes to write out and just say we didn't mean to do that. And we will continue to work to keep pornography out of the hands of minors. Looking at you, teen Dems. We'll also work to ensure this governor's error does not put up the... So she goes from her making a mistake to the governor being garbage, I guess. And it's just a bad weekend for women in power, I guess, if you think Pearl Davis is in power.
Turn it up, Jordan.